It's one thing to satisfy people's interests, give them what they want. But people's lists of what they want are endless. You could build situational satisfaction, but not enduring, emotionally based satisfaction that way. And I think to get people to really buy into you as an idea, something has to be part of the mix which is beyond satisfying my interests, satisfying what's relevant to me. That's commodity. What you have to do is what we said before. Give people something surprising, unexpected, and let them take that as a provocation to explore something about themselves and the experience that was beyond what they were there for. So it's really a self-expansion issue. It's not a satisfaction with what's relevant in the status quo.
Every morning, I pull 10 random names out of my Google contacts. I have like 6,000 contacts now. And I pull 10 random names out, and I send these 10 people an email every morning. It says, hey, I haven't talked to you in however long. Every morning I email 10 people, you're on my list today. What are you working on? How can I help? I get about a 60% response rate, and 5 out of those 6, without fail, I can't believe you sent that email. Who does that? The best part is when they think they're forwarding it to someone and they accidentally reply, he obviously has a motive. I don't know what it is, but he obviously wants something. What do you think he wants? And then I say, well, actually, all I really wanted to teach you the difference between reply and forward. But it comes back to the fact that we don't expect anything for nothing, right?
Right.
And if you can give them something for nothing, for those who think, oh, well, how does that translate into revenue? So when I sold Harrow, my company, 4 years ago, I had an idea in my head of what it was worth. And the company that acquired us came back to me with a number that was much, much higher. And I was blown away by that. I tried not to look blown away. I was like, well, maybe we can work with that. And what I found out afterwards, and that was actually the impetus for Nice Companies Finish First, the book, what I found is that every day I was sending out emails to this audience of about 250,000 people, and they never once came from do not reply at help report. Every email for 3.5, 4 years I was running Harrow came from Peter@Shankman.com. And when you had a question, or you had something you wanted to talk, you just hit reply, and I answered. I spent probably 80% of my day answering email because that was my job. Wow, the CEO of Harrow just responded to me personally, as opposed to, again, making someone feel like a number. And what that did was that created a level of loyalty and a level of engagement from the readers of Harrow that when they were asked about it by the company that was hired by the company that acquired us to find out about the company, first email I read, best thing in the world. If it doesn't come in 20 minutes, I wonder whether they were invested in my company. That really blew me away because that right there showed exactly how much a little tiny thing like answering an email,
right,
like including a smiley face.
So I'll call you to task and say, how do you scale that? But you told us, I read your blog post about Google. You can probably heard of that, big company, right? So they've obviously figured out how to scale. And
if Google can do it, what the hell excuse do you have?
But what did you say? It was like Scott from Google or whoever's that, emails.
It's just like Google emailed me on Saturday saying we're fixing your problem. That's like God coming down, saying not only we're fixing your problem, and by the way, you now have the ability to levitate your cat. I mean, that was the most incredible thing in the world.
So it's not scalable.
It shows you, I think, to confess,
Yeah.
I'm an anthropologist. Okay, so I have a certain bent that way. But I think what everyone is saying shows something, which is